This new MK35 setup literally got me 3 VTOLs in 2 hours, and the camo grind in this new event is actually insane. If you guys want to perform like I did in these clips, then be sure to watch until the very end. I did a ton of cool new things in the new Black Ops 7 season that I just can't wait to talk about. So the first thing that I want to talk about with you guys is the new Lost Outpost event, because I only recently completed it yesterday. Essentially what it is a collectathon of sorts. You go around collecting vials of any enemy you kill in multiplayer who managed to drop one. Once you have enough of these vials, you'll be able to unlock a bunch of free rewards, and the final reward, if you manage to get to it, is the all-new terminal camo. Now, the first thing that came to mind when I finally put this bad boy on my gun was, wow, this looks so incredible. It's a reactive camo, and it looks sort of like your gun is glitching out in the Matrix or something like that, and I had a ton of fun going into games and completely demolishing with this thing on. The challenge for this event was incredibly fun because the vials felt so out of place, and it was really risky when you decided to run and pick them up while trying to avoid enemy fire. This is probably the most fun I've had in an event for a Call of Duty game since Godzilla and Warzone, and I'm definitely excited to see what more events like this that Black Ops 7 will bring in the future. I mean, imagine if we got to fight Godzilla or any of the other kaijus in Endgame. Just something that popped into my head though. Don't actually do that, Treyarch. Additionally, I'm sure you guys who watched the last video, which I'll link down below, know that I just recently got in a Black Ops 7 and plan on camo grinding for a little while. Well, I actually saw in the assault rifle tab, which I'm getting the arc light first, that there was a new gun called the MK35 ISR that just recently was added to the game in this new season, and the first thing on my mind was, let me level this gun up first all the way so I can absolutely shred with this thing while at the same time putting on both the arc light and the terminal camo in separate games. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, at first the MK felt incredibly underwhelming to me due to its low damage and slightly lower fire rate compared to some of the other assault rifles in Black Ops 7 so far, but with the attachments I managed to put on right after leveling the gun up to level 30, I can assure you guys that this gun is actually magnificent with the right attachments. In the 2 hours I spent recording this video alone, I got around 3 VTOL warship score streaks, which I don't know if that's a lot for the more sweatier players, but for me, that's definitely a crowning achievement. And so this greatly leads into my next point, because now I want to show you exactly which attachments I have on the MK, so that you can absolutely demolish your competition the next time you play Kill Confirmed or something. So strap in, because some of these attachments would be ones that you wouldn't quite expect, and it's about to get pretty damn crazy. For starters, we have the Lethal Tools Reflex Sight, which works just fine if you're somebody like me who doesn't have any other close range style sights from the armory, although if you do have that larger XO reflex sight, I would certainly recommend that instead. But no matter the case, having a tiny red dot is very important because it gives you a sense of where you're aiming, and the iron sights on the MK in particular are honestly pretty tragic, so I wouldn't risk it. For the muzzle, I would recommend the Redwell, as it worked wonders for me in terms of helping me control my recoil. With this thing on, my sights moved significantly less when I was mowing people down from farther distances, which is pretty pivotal when in intense gunfights. For the barrel, I went ahead with the Graves. I know a lot of people aren't a fan of the amount of stats that the headshot multiplier takes away from your gun and its other aspects, but I promise you're going to want to put this on. With this headshot multiplier combined with these other attachments, I both am able to resist flinching almost entirely when shooting, and the health bars of my enemies drain so fast like you wouldn't believe when using this multiplier. For the underbarrel, I went ahead and put on the access shift. Again, this greatly helped me with my recoil, and a lot of these attachments I'm going to be talking about are really just to recover the amount of recoil control from the headshot multiplier takes from it, if that makes any sense. For the magazine, I went with the Gen XO4 extended mag. It's honestly just a really reliable mag that gives you more ammo to shoot before running out, with literally zero downsides, and so I just think it's always better than any of the other mags available, typically for all of my weapons. I'll always be running this when it or something similar is available. For the rear grip, I went ahead and applied the Sarsen Sprint grip because it's just a really well-rounded attachment for fast movement, which is very much needed here considering all of the other things we've added to this gun so far. For the stock, we got the Courser Light, which again is another attachment I added primarily for the more fluid movement, which will greatly aid you in your gunfights, especially when you're dealing with multiple enemies or playing a one life game mode such as Search and Destroy. And then finally, I added the Buffer Spring as my primary fire mod because the lack of recoil makes aiming down your sights or letting loose just so incredibly satisfying and seamless. Now, what you personally want to have as your fire mod is honestly mostly going to be up to your preference and playstyle, and so I definitely encourage you to experiment with the recoil spring, the rapid fire modification, modification, the bullet velocity mod, etc. for your fire mod. But yeah, as for the rest of the class, it's basically the same thing that I have for the rest of my AR classes in this game so far. Obviously, you're going to need Gunfighter as your wild card to get these attachments to begin with, so that's a given. I usually go with this Jaeger 45 preset because I think it looks really cool. I also use the Terminal Spike Knife. I think knives are probably still the best melee. They're the fastest. I always have active camo on, although since recording this video, I finally got it upgraded where that plus sign is, and I choose the one where you can go back into the mode after you already shoot your gun, so that's nice. I always have a stim shot on me as well as an impact grenade because I just arbitrarily decided that I like those the most. I have all red perks, so I get Enforcer, and I chose Lightweight Scavenger and Dexterity. But really with a lot of this class stuff, it's going to be up to your personal preference anyway. But yeah, just wanted to share mine in case you were curious. The gameplay showing on the screen now is one match I played with the Arclight camo on Hijacked, and another match I played with the Terminal camo on one of the new really trippy maps that I don't quite remember the name of. And in both of these games, I absolutely cooked and popped off. And so I promise you that with these attachments on your gun, it will feel so good and will really improve how you experience the new MK35 ISR assault rifle and the new Season 3 of Black Ops 7. But honestly guys, that's really all I have to say for now. I'm definitely going to continue with the Black Ops 7 videos because I enjoy them a lot, and I'm hoping the next video I make will be about endgame, although no promises because I just sort of make whatever I feel like in the moment. But yeah, I really hope you all enjoyed this camo overview and class setup, and if you did, please be sure to like and subscribe. Christ is King, and have a great day. Peace out.